everyone, and welcome back to the Three Stitches podcast. I'm your host, Catherine, for Wednesdays. Today is Wednesday, March 21st, and it's the second day of spring. I always thought that the equinox was on the 21st, but apparently, from what I've been hearing, yesterday was the first day of spring. I always thought today was the 21st. So it's either the first or the second day of spring. Although here it feels more like summer. It is boiling. And unfortunately, the um, AC has not quite kicked on in the building yet. Although it's certainly warm enough for the AC to be on, and I have my strawberry apricot juice to cool down with because it's 10 o'clock in the morning and I'm already boiling. Um, but it's not really hot. It's just humid. It's so sticky out. Um, and I'll tell you about this mug later. I got this mug on Saturday. It was gifted to me. Um, well, one of many that it was gifted to, but I'll get to that later. But yeah, like I said, it's boiling out. And the heat seems to be hitting, well, not really heat, but the abnormal warmth seems to be hitting every part of the northern Canada, northern United States. I was watching the Knittables podcast, and she's in Colorado, and she's also it seems to be very warm. And so yeah, yesterday it was 80. The day before it was like 70, 75-ish. Um, and it's been like that for the past, it'll be a week tomorrow. Because I remember Thursday, it was like I put on a long sleeve shirt and pants, and I went to Rite Aid, and then as I was walking back, I was like, holy cow, it's hot. And I walk in my room and I look on my computer. I'm like, no wonder it's 75 degrees outside, and I'm in a long sleeve shirt. I'm changing. Not can't do this. So I mean, it's been nice. I've been taking advantage of it by I can wear skirts now. I can wear skirts and dresses. I've been pulling those out of my closet. I'm wearing a skirt right now. That's the reason I'm not wearing a knitted item today. That's why I began with this. I decided last week that I would do a knitted item to be worn every week. It's just too darn hot. I can't do it. I do have a finished object that I'll show you, but I can't wear a knitted item right now. Oh Lord, it's boiling. It's fine. It's 61 degrees outside, but in the building, ugh. We go through this every year, and I'm on the 8th floor, so all the heat rises. Poor Thomasina, she's on the 12th floor. She's dying. Oh, until the AC kicks on. Even then, when the AC kicks on, not the greatest, but it'll be something. It'll be better. Um, so yeah, it's supposed to be 80 degrees again today. I don't know what's supposed to be like tomorrow. Hold on, I will tell you in 1 second. It's supposed to be 70 tomorrow. Oh, it came up. Ooh, oh bugger. I hope I'm looking at for Friday. It's supposed to. Yesterday when I looked for Friday, I've been keeping my eye on Friday's forecast because there's something very special planned for Friday, that I will explain later. But yesterday it said it was gonna be 55 on Friday. Now it says it's gonna be 64, but it still says it's gonna be raining. I hope that's raining in the morning and not raining in the evening, because that would kind of spoil plans. Not really, but I'll get to that later. I'm getting ahead of myself. I don't have show notes, so I'm just winging it. So yeah, it's really warm out. Abnormally warm out. It's March 21st and it's 80 degrees. It's warmer here than it is at home. I have my two weather bugs on my desktop, and it's Buffalo, New York 61, El Paso, Texas 34. Yeah. So needless to say, it's quite warm out. I'm not complaining. I can go outside and I can do my homework and lay on the lawn. I can go outside and lay on the lawn and knit. Yesterday, Amanda and Katie got sunburnt from laying out in the lawn. I mean, this is like, it's March. It's crazy, but it's nice. But in the back of my head, this is how you know you're from the north. I saw this thing on Facebook, and it was for Michigan, and it applies to Buffalo as well, because Michigan's also been getting warm weather since it's like a state and a lake over. Um, it's like like a non Michigander when it's warm out. It's when in Michigan when it's warm out, it's like yay warm weather, and a seasoned Michigander, it's like oh no we're gonna pay for this and it's gonna snow in July. That's what I'm worried about in the back of my mind. This entire week I'm just like oh no, Mother Nature is like blessing us with 80-degree weather for this week, and then it's gonna snow in June. We're gonna be screwed. Like I'm gonna miss my plane coming home in May because of snow. It could be likely that. Oh, yeah. So that's been in the back of my mind, and it's probably been in the back of everybody's mind that we're really gonna pay for this weather, but we're gonna enjoy it while it lasts. Um. Yeah. Okay. So not much for the weekend review. I've been going gangbusters on knitting because I have a capelet to finish for Friday, that special event. But I'll do my one big event for week in review, we'll say. So on Friday night, it was essay turnover. So that's basically when the new members of essays, the student association, um, come in and the new ones leave, and there's the swear in. It's a nice dinner where I was a pain in the butt because of my meal. I told about this last week where it was tortellini, but it was Friday, so I couldn't have the chicken, I couldn't have the beef because it's Lent. So I had the tortellini, but the tortellini's in cream sauce, and cream sauces make my stomach go meh. I'm gonna sneeze. Hold on. Maybe. Woo! Wow, that was a powerful one. I'm not usually one for allergies, but maybe ow, it hurt my back. Oh Lord, that hurt my back. Sneezed so hard I hurt my back. Well, that's a new one. So where was I? Oh yeah, student association there. So I was a pain in the butt because I had them put marinara sauce on my tortellini. Oh, that's what I was going to talk about. So, mom and dad, you'll be happy to know that some of your wine knowledge in growing up with you for the past 21 years has rubbed off on me. So, we had essay turnover dinner, so it was a swear in. I'm leaving, so I didn't get sworn in. Although I might join again next year as a graduate senator, just because the yearbook put a stigma on being an essay, because the yearbook was a pain in the neck. It was a hassle. Nobody wanted to send pictures. It's not done yet. It's just uh it's like pulling teeth to work on it. And so that kind of put a stigma on essay for me. So maybe I'll come back as since the yearbook is now defunct and there is no more yearbook, I'll come back as a graduate senator. So if they want me, if there's a position open, I'll find out in the fall semester if there is. We'll see how things go. I'm applying to be senior RA next year, so if I get that, then see how my workload is balanced. But let's see. Um, yeah. So essay turnover, we every year the essay members for that year get a gift. So this year the gifts were mugs. But see this little engraving. It's our own little engraving that has our name on it and student association. So mine says Catherine Kuchabala and student association. And on the bottom it says do not put in the microwave or the dishwasher. Which, as our essay president so kindly pointed out, you can only see that when you turn it upside down and either before or after you put it in the dishwasher. And you can't put it in the microwave because this is metal. This is nice metal. So, yeah. I have my strawberry apricot juice in there because it's hot. I was going to have tea, but nope. So, okay. On to wine knowledge that has rubbed off on me for living with my parents for the past 21 years. So, we were allowed to have alcohol if we paid for it ourselves. So, um, being 21, I decided, what the hell, I'll have a glass of wine with dinner. Um, and so flagged the waitress down. And so both me and my friend Amanda were 21, and she was sitting next to me, and she had the chicken. And so, um, she she sort of just like looked to me for when we flag the waitress down what to order. I didn't know this. I was like, I saw tortellini, red sauce. Oh, clicked in. I from knowledge from home, red wine, Merlot, Merlot. So I had a glass of that, and so Amanda was like, "I'll have that too," and I was like, "Well," and I looked at her plate. I'm like, "Well, maybe she wants to have a Merlot chicken. It's okay." And apparently, and I felt really bad because she was just going with my decision. I based mine off of my meal, and she based hers off of what I was ordering. And mine went really well because I had a red sauce and tortellini, and hers did not go so well because she had lemon chicken. So I got two glasses of wine out of it, like my cars. But yeah, so Mom and Dad, you will be happy to know that some of your wine knowledge from the past 2 decades of living under your roof has rubbed off on me, and so I can now sort of make educated, appropriate guesses based on food choice. I do not claim to be a wine connoisseur, but basically in my head I was thinking red sauce, red wine. Woo, match. Yeah. Okay. Yep. So yeah, Friday was essay turnover dinner. It was fun. It was at the Bijou Bar and Grill, which is right across from Shays Theater, which mom and dad in Linsdale know what that is. It's a local, really nice theater here in Buffalo. And um, when we lived here, we went there. Well, our grandmother took us to see The Lion King there. Um, Justin was just a baby, so mom stayed home with Justin. We saw The Lion King there. I feel like we saw another. Oh, my grandma took me and my sister there to see Phantom of the Opera, and that's when we were late, because my grandma and her friend and were in the front seat arguing about how to get there, and they took us in the completely wrong direction. So we ended up coming in late, and so I didn't. I had seen the play before, thank goodness, but I was young, was younger, and I had been listening ever since I saw the first time. I'd been listening to the like 4 tracks on a Michael Crawford CD that he has on it. It was like Michael Crawford in concert that I got, and so there's like 4 tracks from Family Opera in there, and and I think they're like Family Opera, All I Ask of You, Music of the Night, and so well, Music of the Night and Family Opera, they're the guy part is the Phantom, and All I Ask of You, the guy part is Raoul. Although on the CD, they're both sung by Michael Crawford, so I assumed that all three were sung by the Phantom. And so when I heard All I Ask of You, it became ingrained from listening it so many times in my childhood. I had forgotten about the play that as I had seen it, and began to think of it as Christine ends up with the Phantom. Lo and behold, I much to my surprise when I saw it the second time at Shays, we had one intermission, and then the rest of the play, and then Christine goes off with Raoul, and then the lights come up, and I think there's another intermission because Christine ends up with the Phantom. She has to end up with the Phantom. That's how it is in the song on my CD. My logic is an eighth grader at the time. But and then everyone starts getting up and leaving, and I'm like, well, they're tired of the play. They're leaving, and we start leaving too. I'm like, no, this is just an intermission. Christine ends up with the Phantom. Totally crushed my idea of the play. Still a good play, but so when you buy a child soundtrack to a play that they see as a child, buy them the whole soundtrack because I really like the music, but as a kid, I always skipped to the tracks that I knew. So I'd go. So I think that the Family Opera was track number 13. So I'd pop the CD and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Listen to 13, 14, 15, 16, and then skip all the way back to 13. That's all I would listen to. So much for broadening my musical knowledge. All right. I think that's all the rambling I have to do. I'll go to the week ahead after I do my uh which knitting projects. Because fancy that, this is a knitting podcast, so I should probably talk about knitting projects. I have this little like duck feather right here. This little like duck feather of hair. It's bothering me. This is what I get for not taking my time straightening my hair. This little like hair feather. All right, so it's all back here. Unfortunately, my room is a disaster. I've been going gangbusters on my capelet and then trying to fit homework interspersed in there has left me no time to clean my room. And I got a package from home last Wednesday, so I basically just opened up my box and the box and just like threw everything everywhere. I was like, oh look at that! Oh look at that! Oh look at that! Woo! So everything is everywhere. Like the box is still sitting over here. The sweaters that I got are over here. That's also another bummer about the weather. I don't mind it being warm so I can wear skirts, but I just got two lovely sweaters in the mail from my mom. Seriously? It's 80 degrees outside. There's no way I can wear them. Bugger. Oh well. So yeah, my room is an absolute disaster. I basically just like tidied up the frame area, and then we had a fire drill this morning at 7 a.m. and no, not a fire drill. Fire alarm went off because, as we point out to residents so very often, if we have to haul our butts out of bed at 5 a.m., it's not gonna be because we want to. It's not gonna be a fire drill. We are not gonna give a fire drill at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 a.m. because that means we have to haul our butts out of bed too. Not gonna do it. So, I had a fire drill at 7 a.m. And so I was blocking part of my capelet as I will show you later. So this is how I know that that knitting has sort of taken over my thought process because usually when the fire alarm goes off, I haven't had time to clean my room a little bit. I don't know why that works, but it's always a coincidence. And so every time I go downstairs and evacuate the building, I'm just like, I really hope the firemen don't have to key into my room because they're gonna think I'm an absolute slob when I've just been too busy to tidy up my room. They're gonna think like they're gonna open the door and go, "Oh Lord, did a bomb go off in here?" But so in addition to that thought, I also uh I was also thinking I was blocking my capelet last night. And so because the way my room works is you can see this area is a room here, and then I have a door over here, and there's a little entryway. And so you go out this little door, and to the right is my closet, and then take a left, and it's the door to actually go out of my room. And so that little entryway, right in front of the door, like about this far in front of the door, I had my towel with pins blocking out my capelet, like the second tier of my capelet. And so as I was going downstairs, in addition to, oh no, I really hope the firemen don't have a key into my room because it's an absolute disaster, I was also thinking, oh no, I really don't have to really don't hope the firemen don't have to key into my room because my capelet is blocking about 2 feet in front of the door. They're gonna open the door and go, eh? It's a blue towel with like a white thing pinned to it. All right. And then my thought process was like, oh no, big dirty boots are gonna like if they don't see it, there's like a big dirty footprint right in the middle of my white capelet tier. So yeah, my thought process as a fire alarm goes off, kind of whacked. Okay, so back to finished projects. The bonus, the bonus is done. Oh great, my nail does sign on it. Done, blocked. Um, and I love it. I'm very happy that it turned out. Um, yes. very happy that it turned out, and I really like how it blocked. Like when I finished it, it was kind of small, and it was um you couldn't really see the diamonds very well, but as soon as I blocked it, like you can see the diamonds really, really opened up, and it's lovely. Let's see if I can get this to focus. Yeah, the diamonds really, really, really opened up. Um, so yeah, and so now I really like it. So if you want to see pictures of me wear, maybe I will stick them in here, perhaps. But if not, now it's too much work and I need to get this uploaded. So head on over to our Ravelry page. I have posted my finished Pavonis project pictures, two of them. One before was blocked, just like on my shoulders, facing backwards. And then the second one, I'm wearing it like a scarf. So I wore it as I turn over dinner. So as a scarf. So yes, see me and all of my loveliness in with a dress and this for as I turn over dinner. Um, yeah, so that's done. The bonus is done. I have finished. I have posted finished project pictures. Lindsay has not, although she finished before me. Go figure. She also finished at home during spring break, so I'll give her that. We tend not to use our own computers much at home over spring break, unless we're like cramming into each other's room to watch Big Bang Theory, Improvaganza, a movie on our laptops. We tend not to use our computers too much at home. So yeah, the bonus is done. And all right. So I have one more tier to go on my capelet, and I hope I have because I want to wear this on Friday, so I hope I finish it. I have to start the third tier, and then it's done. So this is it so far. It's I just put the layers on top of each other. So let's see. All right, this is the bottom layer in the black, and then on top of it we'll go this layer. This is the white. This is the one that was blocking last night that gave me such fits when the fire alarm went off this morning. So I was like, oh no, firemen are gonna step on it. So that was blocking last night / this morning, and then the third layer that I will start right after I finish this podcast or after I do my homework. Will be in the purple that I showed you last week, and that is not a true color. That is not true to it at all. It's very, very dark. It is not that dark. It's brighter. I have a blue tint on my webcam, and that's what's making it dark. So it's not true to that at all. It's much, much lighter. It's a much brighter purple. Um, so yeah, that will be the third layer, and then I'll assemble it, put the collar on, and hopefully I will wear it to Friday, which is Spring Fling. It's coming up on Friday, which is our annual formal dance for our school. And so I have a green dress that I will be wearing, and I'm hoping that will be finished to wear that over the top of it. Um, and so that's why I'm hoping the weather will be nice, and I'm hoping that it's raining in the morning and not at night because that's alpaca. And as if anyone who has worked with alpaca and blocked alpaca, and now that I know since I've blocked alpaca, when it gets wet, you smell like you just gave a dog a bath. So I'm hoping that it will not rain as I'm walking into Spring Fling, because otherwise my capelet will smell like a wet dog. Whoopee, it's what I want for a formal dance. So I'll let you know how that goes in a week. And I will be sure to post pictures in a week if it gets worn. And if it doesn't get worn, I'll still post pictures because I'm hoping that my dress will look really nice. I bought it last year, so I don't really remember what it looks like, but I'm too cheap to buy another one. So when I bought my spring fling dress last year, I found this one as well. I was like, oh, cool. I'll get both at the same time. I'll save the next one for next year. It's next year, and here we go. I'm gonna wear it. So you'll see me all fancied up next week in pictures. Um, yep. And then in my package, I got yarn from mom. So, I did something. I think I slept on my shoulder wrong last night, and so this reaching back constantly is ow. All right, so got this along with the hitchhiker pattern. So I'm assuming that is for the hitchhiker, so I can start it. It will be started on Saturday, assuming I can finish the capelet. And even if I can't finish the capelet by then, I'll start on Saturday anyways because I wanted to get done by Friday. I'm going gangbusters on the capelet to get it done by Friday because I want to wear it on Friday. And if I can't wear it on Friday, I'll slow down on it and I'll finish it whenever it darn well wants to be finished. So I'm assuming that this. I thought it was Baby at first, but it doesn't have tag. I don't know what this is. So yeah, it's very pretty though. I love the colors. Love the colors. It's a little bit rough, so I'm thinking there's a little bit of wool in there. Let's play guess the fiber blend. So yeah, got a little bit of white, tan, pink, blue, yellow. Very 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 pretty. Very pretty. So and then I also got these. These I found while diving in my mom's stash over break. They're gonna be scarves. I have multiple balls of them. So they're gonna be multiple scarves for gifts for people. So we have this rainbow looking colored one, and this Valentine's Day blend. Very 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 pink and red and purple. And so this is Yarn Bee Jewel Song. This one's called Royalty, and this one's called Island of Music. So once everything calms down in terms of knitting projects, probably once I cast on the hitchhiker, I'll start a scarf. I'm like trying to keep in my burps. So I'm just like, bleh, bleh. Oh, I forgot to tell you again. Um, oops, those are my scissors. What yarn I was using for the capelet. So this is an untouched tank. I bought too much black, which is not a bad thing because I can always be used for another project. So and I didn't even use up the first ball or the first tank that I wound into a ball. Funny story with that. Um, Winding a ball without a ball winder in the lobby gains you a lot of attention and stares from passerbys, especially when you're standing on a chair and you have the yarn over a swivel chair, winding it with a spoon. Garners you a lot of attention, especially when you're in the lobby. So I'm using baby alpaca lace. Alpaca, the keyword, because why it smells like a wet dog once I block it. But it is so soft. It's completely worth it. It's so soft. When I'm blocking it, I'm just like, ah. And then like once it's unpinned and blocked, it's like these. Oh my goodness, these are so soft and squishy. Oh, it's delicious. Yum 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 yum. Yum 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 yum. And so I went over this last week, but in case you didn't watch. It's 100% baby alpaca lace weight. It's 437 yards. Um, and it's local for me. According to Lindsay, Pennsylvania is not local. It's a 3-hour drive. It's local. It's from Bristol, Pennsylvania. And I will be right back because I was going to tell you what needle size it is, and I can tell you now because Mom sent me a needle gauge in the package that I requested, but I have yet to do so, and the needle gauge is over there, still in the package. So I'm gonna pause this. I'm gonna come back, and I will tell you what needles I'm using. I will see in about two seconds. 2 seconds, because I would keep recording, but I have to go over there Take my scissors, open it, yeah. So I will be back. All right, I'm back. And I have my brand new opened gauge for about 2 seconds, been open for about 2 seconds, and the needles I'm using. So let's see. I think it's a 6. No, perhaps a 5. It's a 5. Using a 5. Okay, so 5 needles for the picturesque capelet. It's in Jane Austen Knits magazine right there. If if you want to see a picture of Jane Austen Knits, it's in the last podcast. So it's the picturesque cape from Jane Austen Knits on size 5 needles. Apparently my gauge. No, I mean, yeah, I've always been a loose knitter because it called for size 7 needles. Yeah. Apparently, yeah. And I've been a loose knitter, so I'm a loose knitter. Okay, here we go. I do believe that is everything. Oh, so don't really know how to begin this, and it's gonna be really short because I've been rambling on for a long time. But hold on. So the best of a sort of awkward and misuse of time situation what ensued on what day was it? Monday. So well, okay, Monday morning I woke up and we're currently interviewing RA candidates. And so I Ed, the director of residence life, our boss, emails all of us and the updated interview schedule. Um, we came up with a list of times of when we're all available for when candidates can sign up, and then candidates sign up for one of those times to be interviewed. And so we've had the schedule for a while, but he sent out an updated one because some candidates hadn't signed up then, and now they have. So sends out an email on Monday morning, and I open it up, and lo and behold, we had an interview that night. Had just signed up. I'm like, oh yay! Thank you for the advanced warning. Well, it's Monday night. It's okay. So text my fellow RA interview team to just make sure that they know, because not everybody checks their email um, in the morning or at certain times. Some people have class all day, so they can't get back, and so I didn't want them to come back to um, the dorms after class at like 6 and be like, oh look, we have an interview in an hour. So text all of them, said, just got an email from Ed saying we have an interview tonight at 7. All right, cool. We'll meet at 6:45 to go over all the questions and the application and so forth. So get there. It's 6:45. Open up the meeting room. Go down there. Uh, Look at the application. Um, and just to give us like a brief, like I don't know, preamble to the interview, I'd say. So waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. No show. So Anissa, who is over at the apartments, is the funniest RA on staff, I'd have to say now. She is hilarious. And so we're wandering around. We really don't want to do anything. Our interviews and no shows, so we have this block of time where we're just like we've already blocked it off in our evening, and now instead of we could use that time for valuable things. I could knit more on my tablet. I could do homework. No, we're gonna prank call people. And so and it was all I still attest it was all Anissa's idea. We just went along with it. And we only did it to RAs. We didn't like randomly dial a number. We didn't call residents, and we only did RAs. And she started off by doing Marvin because Marvin was over on duty at the department, and we didn't know what she was doing. She just goes to the staff office, picks up the phone, and starts dialing. We're like, Anissa, who are you calling? She's like, Marvin. We're like, why? Because he's on duty. So this is how the RA staff works. It's a lot of fun. It can be serious sometimes, and when we have situations to deal with, we're serious, and then afterwards somebody cracks a joke, and we're just like, oh Lord, or we do something that's just so idiotic and stupid that it's hilarious, and it just lightens the mood. So, um, so apparently Marvin has caller ID. So he picks up the phone once, and Anissa doesn't say anything, so he hangs up. And then she calls back, and he doesn't answer. She tries again, doesn't answer. She tries again, doesn't answer. And so we're like, dang it. And she's like, he has caller ID. So she knows, so he knows that it's us. We're like, all right, who else can we call? And so she starts telling us one time that she prank called Tyler over at the apartments and put on a Chinese accent, and Chinese food is very popular to order in the dorms. And so it was just like pretending to be a Chinese food delivery and a very like broken English Chinese accent. It's like your food's ready downstairs, and no, I didn't order any food. It's like, but somebody did from this number and you have to come down and get it. And just like back and forth banter. And so she decided to do it again. Call Tyler. Tyler didn't pick up. He wasn't there. So then we're like, bugger. Who else can we call? So we called Andrea. Andrea was hilarious. It, she hung up on us. Katie took a little bit longer to figure out because she heard us laughing in the background. And so then she hung up, and Amanda was on duty here. And apparently she was putting on her shoes to get ready to kick us out. Well, the Chinese delivery person out because she didn't order food, and she was very adamant that she didn't order food. Hello? Oh, hold on. I'm back again. Apparently there was fire inspection today. I was the fire inspector. I'm all good, but my room's a mess. Oh well. Yeah. So prank called people. Um, I, I think that's the sign that I should end it there. We prank called people for a while, and then Anissa went home, or back to the apartments, and I knitted for the rest of the night. So, yeah, it's been a very interrupted podcast. All right. So, okay, I'm on Plurk. Um, Katie Joe. If you're watching this on iTunes, leave a star rating if you would like. Um, if you're watching this on our blog, be sure to comment if you would like to see something. If you would like to, we could do something better. Be sure to let us know. We have a Ravelry group, so find us there. You can see pictures of my finished bonus and me modeling it. Um, yep, that's it. All right. So you will see Mom on Friday, or Mom did not podcast on Monday because Noah came over, and Noah is a very adorable yet normal rambunctious boy, and so he and Justin, my little brother, are like two peas in a pod, and so uh, when they get together, it's you have to pay very close attention to even follow their conversation. But they get along like two peas in a pod, but you do have to watch them every second almost because they're boys, they're rambunctious, and like any little boy can get into trouble at any time. So that's why there was no podcast on Monday. Um, Lindsay will see you on Friday, and I will see you again next Wednesday, hopefully with fewer interruptions. So with that, I will say goodbye and happy knitting.